I'm Jackie Wilhelm. I'm the Director of Children's Ministry at CrossRoads Christian Church in St. Matthews. This month, we're going to talk about creativity. What is creativity? Well, we're going to define creativity as imagining what you could do because you are created in God's image. I know that each one of you is capable of some pretty amazing things. Do you know why? Because you were made by the same God that made these wildflowers and those clouds and this creek and this enormous tree. Wow! The very same God that made all those things made the Grand Canyon and Mount Everest and the Aurora Borealis. And that very same God made you. Everything good in us is a reflection of the wonderful God who made us. Check out our memory verse for this month. Psalm 145, verse 3. Lord, you are great. You are really worthy of praise. No one can completely understand how great you are. It's impossible for us to understand how truly great God is. It is absolutely impossible to explain it to someone else. You might say that God is indescribable. Let's start at the very beginning of the Bible. We're going to begin with the book of Genesis, starting in chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth didn't have any shape, and it was empty. Did you catch that? The earth didn't have any shape. Oh, but things are about to change. God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And you can't have light without the darkness. So there was light, and there was dark. And that was day one. God said, "Let there be a huge space between the waters. Let it separate water from water." And that's exactly what happened. God made the huge space between the waters. God separated the water that was under the space from the water that was above it. God called the huge space sky. There was evening, and there was morning. And that was day 2. Day 3. God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place. Let dry ground appear." And that's exactly what happened. God called the dry ground land. God called the waters that were gathered together oceans. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce plants. Let them bear their own seeds. Let there be trees on the land that bear fruit with seeds in it. Let each kind of plant or tree have its own kind of seeds." And that's exactly what happened. The land produced plants. Each kind of plant had its own kind of seeds. The land produced trees that bore fruit with seeds in it. Each kind of tree had its own kind of seeds. And God saw that it was good. God said, "Let there be lights in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night. Let them serve as signs to mark off the seasons and the days of the year. Let them serve as lights in the huge space of the sky to give light on the earth." And that is exactly what happened. After creating the sun, moon, and stars on day 4, on day 5, God created the birds of the air and the fish of the sea. On day 6, God created all of the animals on the land, including people. So that's the first 6 days of creation. Do you know what God did on the 7th day? God rested. We're all created in God's image. And no, I really don't know exactly what that means because, well, clearly we all don't look like this. But somehow, somewhere deep inside each of us, there's a little bit of God just bursting to come out. God created everything on this whole world, everything in the whole universe, everything we see, everything we love, And God created all of that from nothing. We're all made in God's image. That means there's something creative and special in each one of us. And that little something that was given to us to help us make this world a better place. I cannot wait to talk more about that with you next week. Goodbye.